playing this game. I have a mouse connected, but I guess the mobile version doesn't allow mouse input. Like, let me try to use the mouse. Look, nothing's working. If I bring it like over to the mobism or something, like I can't even.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
Playing this game on mobile is a little bit difficult. Well, obviously it's gonna be difficult no matter which way you play this game, but what I mean is the controls are different than on like the computer. With a mouse, the mouse follows, or the head of the hammer follows the mouse. On mobile, it just follows the motion in which you're swiping. So it's a bit different, and I think you can make more precise moves with a mouse, which is why I attached a mouse in the first place. But as you can see, that does nothing. My mouse works just fine on here. It just isn't compatible with the game. Even though I feel like it should be, but I guess they didn't really put thought into that when they created it into a mobile game.
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes.
But I do like this game. I played a scratch version of it last night because I didn't think I could play it on my tablet or my phone or whatever. I didn't think that this game was turned into a mobile game, and I have a computer, but I don't have money to buy this game. Obviously, then how am I playing this game? Well, I pirated it. But
this game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazor, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
no?
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. That act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything.
Yay. Usually I don't like when people take the ideas of others and just make it their own, because I guess I just prefer when people have originality. But, I mean, this game is a good, representation of a game where they take the ideas of someone else and it gets popular. I mean, because they recreated basically. I'm not saying that they use the exact thing. Some people will do that, and that part actually bothers me more than just like a game, and just making a game or making anything really, taking the ideas of someone else and following it exactly. I feel like it's different when it's a trend, but when you have the creativity to make something your own, it just feels like you're cheating when you take someone else's ideas and you don't create things of your own. And like, there's a difference between like making a game and having inspiration from someone else, which makes it look similar, or just have aspects of a different medium. But like, if you create anything and you are stealing like pretty much the entire ideas and like.
Anyway, when you start sexy hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree. A lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment, or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in sexy hiking is real.
I don't like talking over him. Or I don't like talking over anybody, even if it's just a pre-recorded message. But, just stealing someone's entire idea is just not good in my opinion, because you could take someone's idea and use it as, a speaking point or an idea of your own. You can make inspiration go further than just what you already see. And there's beauty in taking an idea and turning it into your own. There's no beauty in taking an idea and stealing it. There's a difference between having an idea and just stealing it. And I don't know what the game that this is based off of is like at all, because I don't know, but I do know this, if it is how he described, he said there is a tree blocking the rest of the game. There is a tree blocking the rest of the game in this. He said the original had a tree blocking the rest of the game, but it was very difficult to get over for most people and could not pass. The tree in the beginning of this game is very easy to pass. So it's like they started with the same premise of the game that they made, of the original, and maybe it sparked some ideas. Like later he says that he wanted to try some things.
If you need to take a break, it's okay. I've saved your progress.
Well, he says that he wanted to try something when he was building, and he found that it was harder, but he didn't want to make it easier, because I guess he liked the challenge of it. He never really specified, I don't remember, but he never really specified why he wanted it to be harder or easier or whatever. He didn't want it to be easier. I guess it was maybe fascinating to him. And
oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
it's not really that bad as a lot of people think. I guess I'm just really good at maintaining my rage when I'm focused on the game, but I'm also focused on speaking. And speaking, it takes more focus than moving my fingers. So I guess I have more conscious thought on my talking than I do really in the game. The game is great for just,
Oof, sorry about that.
I know a lot of people would be raging. Oh my gosh, look, the cup. Boop. That's funny. Anyways. I've actually gotten farther than this. I just keep restarting the game because I want to play it from the beginning with Will. But I'm lazy waiting for him. It's actually 5 a.m. right now. And plus I kind of like playing the Scratch version with him more than I well, I haven't played this version with him yet, but the Scratch version has this vibe to it that makes me feel little. Even though it's a rage game, it doesn't make sense. But like, it's very cute, I guess, which makes me be like, oh my god, I'm a baby, and I talk in a little voice even when I'm raging, like, no, like, I wasn't really raging more than I was laughing at the stupidity of falling over and over. But the controls of the Scratch game version of this game, like, it's a Scratch remake. I feel like there's a difference between stealing an idea and remaking something. Which I feel like that's what this is. It's a remake. Because he said it was, it's an H word. I don't remember what the word is. He never said that it was his original idea. He said it was a kind of game that was based off of the game that he said it was, which was like sexy climbing or something. But the Scratch version is just a remake of the game, and I feel like that's different. Saying it's a remake means you're not taking credit of someone else's idea, and that's the main thing that I have a problem with. Taking someone else's idea and stealing it. But a remake is just remaking someone's idea, and you might credit the remake, but you do not credit the original idea. That's different. And so, and language is very specific like that for me. You have to be very specific about what you're doing, or it misleads. Like, it misleads.
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
I'm fine, dude. I'm fine. This is actually... It may not seem like it, but playing this game it really just turns into a talking point for me. Makes me, in a way, calm. And I know that's not what it's for. I mean, technically, it's kind of funny saying a rage game makes you calm, but it makes me talk, I guess. And I don't do that a lot. I mean, if I'm playing it without anything recording or without someone to watch, then I play it silently. And you're probably like, how do you play this game silently? Well, you can feel all the emotions inside. You just do not produce any sound to convey the emotions. And talking, I guess, kind of prevents feeling a lot of the emotions because you're focused on the emotions of what you're saying, or like different things. Finally, we got up here. And I've only been playing this game because I was watching Markiplier play it. And, well, I guess in that sense, I guess there's a difference between playing a game because someone else is playing it, because that's not stealing an idea. People can play games because other people play it. It's not it. But in the same thought, it still feels hypocritical, but I usually get my interest by what is it called? Like fuck. I can't remember what it's called. It's like when you do an activity with someone, but it's separate. When I was playing the game originally, I was also watching Markiplier play the game, and it was like we're both playing the game but separately. It's an autistic thing, or I think it also can be ADHD, but it's... Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, getting up here is a little bit difficult with the controls on mobile because it's like...
The obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past a new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
I like this guy's voice, by the way. He makes a really good narrator. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. he was like, he couldn't bring himself to make it easier because the difficulty was all the fault of the player, not the fact that he was a bad builder, but because...
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with. And in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
I like the fact that he kind of explains his thought process behind his, like, journey through making this game in the game. It's kind of, like, therapeutic in a way, because, like, sharing your progress is one of the most, like, fulfilling things that you can do. And while most people are raging while he's doing this, it's so nice just being able to hear, like, his progress. And I'm sure he talks more about it the higher you go, or the further you go. But, like, yeah. But I think that's like the beauty of it. And while, like, I don't think I shit on this game, because I actually really love this game, but it's just amazing. I love the difficulty. I love, like, while I guess I just very much like how different it is. And I know this game is old by now. It was, like, made before the 20s of, like, before, yeah. It's been a very long time since this game was made. The Markiplier video that I have open, on part 5, it was filmed 8 years ago. This game is extremely old, but it has charm. Like, I don't know whether it's ahead of its time, but it is definitely amazing. And I'm sure, like, playing this game makes me philosophical in a way. It makes me feel very, like, not really mad, to be honest. I like watching Markiplier rage over this game is like, I question how is it so hard, so I play it myself. I go to play it myself to see, like, why is it so rage-inducing for him? And then I realize, like, maybe I'm just different because I'm not really feeling mad or anything. If anything, it's funny when I fail. And maybe I do get a little frustrated, but who doesn't get frustrated over a challenge? I love this game so much. I'm probably not playing it the most efficient way, because, like I said, controlling this without a mouse is so inefficient, as the mouse has more precise control over the hammer. I'm forced to follow certain movements on the screen to make the hammer go where I want it to. And it's kind of difficult, like, like, to really know what I'm doing. Although, I did find out for trying to do this, I just need to swipe down instead of trying to circle like this, because it's a lot harder to do it that way. But that's just, it's a learning process, and I think that's beautiful. Playing it in a different mode is just, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with different controls. Controls are just different for everyone, like how easy it is. This game only provides 2 different kinds of controls, and then you can,
You've done this part before. You know it's possible. Just do what you did the first time.
I haven't done this part before, actually. I haven't gone up here yet. Not even in a past gameplay I haven't gone up this way yet. But I know how to do it. I have a little bit trouble with the controls, which is what I was talking about. If I had more precise movements and stuff, I would be able to do it a lot faster. Playing the game on the Scratch Edition, the controls are like using a mouse no matter if you're using your fingers or not, which I kind of prefer. I wish you could have it that way on here, but obviously it wasn't created to be that way, which is on the creator. The creator made it that way, and that's fine. I'm very interested in the idea of creating my own game, but I still don't really know what kind of game or what game I want to make in general. I don't know what genre I want it to be, or what type of game or story or anything. I keep thinking maybe I want an RPG game, but then I see all of these other kinds of games like this. This is a rage game, but like, you never really see a game like this. Something controlled as simple as this, and it's still so difficult. It's kind of remarkable. I may not be like the best at this game. No means am I the best. And it's really, honestly, impressive if you're good at this game, because this is a very difficult game to play. But that's kind of the joys of it for me. I love how difficult it is. And like, being able to make progress is just, it's honestly great. I know the pain of losing a lot of progress, but it gives you another chance to do it again. And sure, sometimes you just don't want to do it again. But he did say you can take a break anytime and come back later when you do want to do it again. And that's considerate. People just forget. He's so nice when it comes to this, and sometimes he is a little bit condescending. I'm not going to deny that. He's a little bit of a taunter when it comes to losing progress, but at first he is really nice about it, and he's encouraging you to keep going. And sometimes condescending also encourages you to keep going to prove it wrong. I am a little bit stuck. Let's hope that I can get up. Whoops. Nope. Okay. I'm just gonna... I don't really have much else to say. But I'm gonna leave it here.